Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you the EFT tapping points as well as the process. This will give you an introduction to the technique so that you should be able to use it yourself whenever you want. Okay, so first I'll show you the points. The first point that we always start with is the side of the hand point, and you can tap whichever side of the body you use, doesn't matter. So I tend to tap with my right hand because I'm right-handed, but you can use whichever one you want. So I tend to tap with my 4 fingers on the side of the hand like that. The next one is called the crown chakra, but it's the top of the head point. You just dot around in a circle at that crown of the head. Now when you're tapping on the points, you want to tap at least 7 times. The next point is the eyebrow points, and you want to get right in there, so where the bridge of the nose leads up there. You can use 1 or 2 fingers. I'm tapping with both hands on both sides, but you can choose one or the other if you like. Then there's the side of the eye point. It's just in here, so you tap in there. Okay. Then you've got this point here on the lip, under the nose, tap in there, under the lip, on the chin point, then you've got collarbone points. So there should be a nice soft bit just under your collarbone, so I can feel my collarbones here, and I can feel just under there. So you tap in there. Again, I'm using 2 hands. Some people like to just use 1 to cover both points. It's completely personal preference. I prefer to use 2, so you'll see me in the videos using two hands. Then there's one, it's called under the arm. It's just under your arm there, in line with your nipple. You just tap there, again either side or both sides. 7 times. Okay, then there's the thumb point. So you want the edge of the nail bed. I tend to just use both fingers to tap across the whole thumb just to make sure I've got the area. Then you tap through the fingers. You miss out the 4th ring finger, although if you do want to tap it, there's no harm. So feel free to, in some of the videos you might see me tapping that one. Okay, and that's it. So there are the points. So how does it actually work? Well, when you're doing EFT tapping, the first thing that you want to do is scale the issue or the problem or the feeling. So you can say, for example, on the 1 to 10 scale, with 10 is really high, how stressed am I feeling about work right now? If work's what the issue is, or my boss at work right now. Try and be as specific as possible with it. And say you choose a 6. I'm a 6 stressed about my boss at work at the moment. But you can also do it, as I say, based on a problem. So you can call it a problem. How much of a problem is this for me at the moment? And again, you rate it on the 1 to 10 scale. Just before we start the tapping, what I like to do with clients and what you can do as well is the 7-11 breathing technique. There is another video that shows that, but essentially you're breathing in for the count of 7 and out for the count of 11. So I like to do that before we start the round of EFT and when we finish the round of EFT as well, because I think it's a nice clearer and it helps to ground and bring you back to the present moment. Okay, so then what do you do? Okay, well, you have 3 setup statements initially, and you say those setup statements whilst you're tapping on the side of the hand point. Okay, so an example would be, even though I'm really stressed about my boss at work at the moment, then you do an affirmation. I accept myself anyway. Okay, and then you do that 3 times, and you can choose to change your setup statements or you keep it the same. It's completely up to you and how confident and comfortable you feel. So you say it again. So even though I'm really stressed about my boss at work, I completely love and accept myself anyway. And one more time. Even though I'm really stressed about my boss at work, I accept myself anyway. Okay, once you've done those 3 setup statements, tapping on the side of the hand point, you start moving around your other points. Okay, and then you use what's called the reminder phase, which is really a reminder about the problem. So, for example, this stress. All this stress at work. My boss is causing me stress. Feeling really stressed. Caustics of stress. This stress. All of this stress. Stress. Feeling stressed about my boss at work. My boss at work stressing me out. Okay, so that's a really quick introduction to show you how the process works. As I say, I would usually finish around with a nice 7-11 breath as well, or sometimes 3. That's really up to you, but I would advise doing at least 1 if you're up for it. Okay, so I've shown you the points, and then the key process is you have your setup, you have the affirmation, and then you have your reminder phrase as you go out, and that's it. Keep practicing. There'll be some videos on here that you can use to tap along to, and there'll be some scripts as well and other things, materials that you can use if you want to use EFT yourself. Okay, hope that helped.